If you go to the gym, then you know that we all love energy drinks and pre-workout and anything caffeine related. Just imagine driving to the gym with your homie, cracking open a couple monsters, but I had a devious lift, and it's fucking amazing, bro. And I am personally a caffeine connoisseur myself, but is caffeine and pre-workout actually helping us in our lifts? And should we be taking caffeine and pre-workout? Chapter 1, the good. To summarize it for the people who don't know, caffeine is a stimulant, and the way it works is it blocks something called adenosine receptors, and adenosine is a neurotransmitter that promotes sleep drive. So basically, adenosine is the reason why you feel tired and sleepy. By taking caffeine from around 50 to 300 milligrams, you're gonna have enhanced energy, focus, alertness, depending on your tolerance, and your mood just overall better with caffeine. If you take a pre-workout, then depending on the kind you have, you'll have better focus and a better pump. There's other ingredients that are specifically made for that. If you don't know what a pump is, it's basically when you're working a muscle, right? And that muscle pulls more blood into it. Your muscles will fill with blood because of the increased demand for oxygen. And hence the name, it just pumps up your muscle and it just looks bigger and fuller. It's great if you like flexing and shit. Some pump ingredients are like L-citrulline or betaine. Don't confuse that with beta-alanine, which is, it's usually in some pre's and you'll feel like that like itchy, like tingly feeling like in your fucking ass, or your hands, or your face, your ears especially. Some of the long-term benefits of caffeine: decreased risk of heart disease, decreased risk of liver disease, you have increased memory, attention, physical performance, and muscular recovery. Overall, supplementing with caffeine or a pre-workout will help your workout. Now, chapter 2, the bad. Now, there can't be good without bad, and of course there are some downsides to taking caffeine or pre. If you have a low caffeine tolerance and you take a high stim pre-workout, which basically is like high amounts of the stimulant ingredients, so all the ingredients are just going to be increased basically, you could feel sick and throw up. I had this Nutricross pre one time, and it was this grape one. I had it. I usually have like a pretty high tolerance, right? But I took it, and all of a sudden I get like really sick and I started throwing up I don't even know why. Caffeine is shown to increase the vasoconstriction of your blood vessel, which basically means that they're tighter, the walls are kind of closer together, it's more narrow, which is not good. And it can also increase your blood pressure. And I know firsthand.
God, too much caffeine, I'm saying.
Holy. Now, caffeine can't really kill you. You have to take about 5 grams of caffeine to kill you, which is, if you don't know, 5,000 milligrams. But it largely depends on your tolerance. So we don't really know the lethal amount of caffeine. However, we do know that women are more susceptible to the effects of caffeine. You're probably not a female watching this video, so you should be fine. Some people take so much caffeine that they're literally unable to function without it. Just don't overdo it. I really only take caffeine whether it's in a coffee in the morning or just an energy drink. I have this Rise pre-workout, and I've used it a couple times, but I don't really use it too a lot because you don't really want to rely and use this stuff a lot, because like this is like literal shit for you. There's shit like sucralose, silicon dioxide, which is all horrible for your body, sweeteners, all of that shit. And the way you can actually tell if like things are good or not for you is you can either just read the ingredients by yourself and just kind of go over each one, or you can get this app I got called Yuka. I'm not sponsored or anything. It's like a free app, but you could just scan shit and see like the rating on it. It'll go over like the calories, the sugar, the protein, harmful additives, and tell you whether or not like it's good for you or not. Look, 0 out of 100. Go to the additives. Yep, there's silicon dioxide, sucralose, and some other ones. But overall, caffeine and pre aren't bad for you as long as you're not like quadruple scooping pre or like doing like 3-4 energy drinks a day. So chapter 3, the verdict. Should you actually be taking this? Considering the benefits and detriments, caffeine is a great stimulant to help you with certain activities. It doesn't have to be in the gym, like you could really just be working and take like a energy drink to get you dialed in or locked or whatever you want to do. Like it doesn't just have to be the gym, but that's usually what I use it for. Or if I'm making a video, I might drink some coffee with it too. You know, just adds to the experience. It's just as long as you don't rely on it, that's the thing. Having your body rely on natural, clean energy from healthy foods, good carbs, good calories is much better than artificial. Alright, chapter 4, how much is too much? Research has shown that caffeine is, quote, more of a habit than a compulsive addiction. So it's not really an addictive stimulant, even though I always used to rely on caffeine and I don't know if you could call it addicted. I just took it wherever I go. But it's really easy to break. I would not suggest going over 400 to 500 milligrams a day. And, you know, depending on your tolerance, obviously. If you're relatively new to taking caffeine and these other kind of stimulants, don't go over 100 milligrams for your first few times, because you don't want to be projectile vomiting like I was. I'm not talking about like any other ingredients, I'm just talking about just caffeine, because I can't really give you a milligram dosage for anything else. All right, chapter 5, what is the best way to consume caffeine? Now we know caffeine in and of itself is relatively harmless, but taking in certain forms, such as over-processed coffee or extremely harmful pre-workout, is not good for your body. Taking every once in a while is fine, but you should look into the more natural and healthy caffeine/pre options. Now don't get me wrong, brands like Ghost, Rain, Monster, they're all like fantastic tasting, fantastic energy giving drinks, but they're just really bad for you. On the app I saw that True North have good energy drinks, as well as Jocko, I think it's that like Seal guy. He's got some. Those are like natural. These don't contain harmful additives or sweeteners. And as for pre-workouts, Gainful has a really good vegan formula. Now I'm not like one of them vegan fucks, so don't get that confused. It's just a vegan formula, right? Just essentially it's a natural formula. But do your own research, look up what other natural pre's or energy drinks there are, and then make a choice based on that. And I would highly recommend using those brands over some of these more mainstream TikTok kind of, like I got the Rise off the TikTok shop because it was like 20 bucks. So I'm gonna take this information and decide whether or not you actually want to use these supplements or stimulants or whatever you want, as it's ultimately up to you. If you want me to make more videos on supplements and that kind of like thing, let me know in the comments. As always, if you learned something valuable in this video, go ahead and annihilate that like and subscribe button. Forget I said that, just give your opinion in the comments. And as always, have a great day. God bless.